Hello everyone and welcome back to P-Play. On today's show we take a look at the games coming up that spiked our interest. We will also discuss our stance on video game violence in the real world and talk about some of our outrageous glitches and fails. Get ready to get nerdy. This is P-Play. Hello everyone and welcome to P-Play. I'm Ben Goodman alongside Brandon Crosslin and Franklin Galan. Welcome back from spring break, boys.
Hey.
So, since we've been gone for spring break, a lot of new games have popped up on our radar that are being released and teased. So what are some of the ones that you guys have been keeping an eye on and wanting to know more about as they come out?
I mean, for me personally, I've just been waiting for Ni no Kuni 2. It's like this, think of like Studio Ghibli anime films. And it's essentially just a nice little JRPG, like small niche audience, you know. I love games like that.
I saw a trailer on Twitter the other night, and I was like, what is this? I don't even understand, but I knew it was Bandai, so I'm like, they're the same creators that did Tekken, so I'm down for it. So
I was peeking on this list over here, and I saw Attack on Titan 2.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Attack on Titan. Have you guys?
Yeah, I've dabbled into it.
All the way through.
Especially I've seen the abridged, the Attack on Titan abridged. Some good stuff.
I don't think in the abridged series you can
No, it's canon. It's canon.
It's so canon.
It's completely true.
What in the world? Well, first off, let's go ahead and go into our release radar because I know there's one game on here that I've recently saw that we're not talking about just yet. So over the spring break, there was Final Fantasy 15 and Scribblenauts Showdown coming out on March 6th. So, I mean, I've never done really Final Fantasy before, so.
Final Fantasy, it's a long series. Like, this game for Final Fantasy 15, just like to back up what I'm saying, I've played through 15. The Royal Edition, it's essentially like a Game of the Year edition. You get all the content that came out since release, and this game, it's a good game. Like, it's enjoyable. There's some parts where it could have been better, mainly Chapter 13, but overall, I'd recommend it.
Let me ask, because apparently you're the expert around here, how many Final Fantasy games have there been?
Mainline or side games? Because
it's been going back since the 80s. Really.
Yeah.
It really has.
It was on the NES,
Too long, man.
Little 8-bit figures walking around a little island.
Classic game series right there.
So last Tuesday, which was actually my birthday on March 13th.
That was the day before that, actually, March 12th.
I'm now 20.
Happy
21.
birthday, you two.
21.
Well, we know
Continue.
you're 22.
Yep.
But what came out on March 13th was Devil May Cry HD Collection and Golem for PSVR. I've not had the opportunity to do anything VR-wise on PlayStation, but I've always wanted to.
Future!
I've not dabbled in PSVR. I've heard some good things about it, but it just, I don't know. I wear glasses all the time, so I'm just like, nah, I don't see how that would work for me. But I can talk for a while about Devil May Cry. I grew up playing those games. Classic stuff right there. But
I see.
Go ahead, man.
I see they're now advertising the Skyrim VR for PSVR. Yet another edition of Skyrim that we don't need.
See,
we don't need all this.
I don't even want to think about doing Skyrim in VR because I think if I do, there's just going to be a dragon on top of me and I'm just going to fall down on the floor and hit my head on a coffee table or something. I feel that's what's going to happen.
I'd pee my pants being in a cave and then there's a Draugr behind you. That scares me anyway.
No, just a giant spider come down. Oh, God!
Yeah, once I hear
and just start running away. So last Friday, for the Switch, Kirby Star Allies came out. I haven't played a Kirby game in years.
Kirby, my boy.
Oh, Kirby.
Unless we're talking about Kirby and Smash, I haven't played a Kirby game.
I played Kirby. I played the Kirby game on the NES, the original from 91 or whenever it came out, 90, I don't know.
I think my first Kirby game was Nightmare in Dreamland for the Game Boy Advance, which I still love.
That's a throwback right there.
That is a throwback to childhood. So tomorrow is when we talked about Attack on Titan 2. Mm-hmm. I still haven't gotten to play the original game, but I still love Attack on Titan regardless. And Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered is coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, Ubisoft.
To be fair, Well, in terms of bringing stuff back into better, like in a better style, AC Origins was a nice return to form for the Assassin's Creed series. They came back with The Division. The Division, we're finally getting a sequel to that. I'm sort of indifferent about it, but they kept with that game. Ubisoft recently, they like to look at things where they need to work on it and make things better, and then they listen to fan feedback and push things forward.
Yeah, and also when you think about it with Assassin's Creed Rogue, when it came out, this was at the same time, I believe, that Unity was coming out for Xbox One. Xbox One was starting to like hit the shelves and everything. They wanted to also make something a little more new and put it on the 360, so that way people that hadn't gone up to the next gen yet could still have something brand new with a story. And I still like how they're doing it. With you start out as the assassin, but how he turns into the Templar, and you play as the Templar. So I like how they're doing with that. And then this Friday coming out will be a new game called A Way Out. I have not gotten to see anything about that, but also on the 3DS is Detective Pikachu.
It's like an I Spy game in the Pokemon
I
universe.
don't know. I don't really
what it
know.
sounds like.
But I'm thinking it's going to be something interesting. But the one game that I saw this past week that I was really excited to see, it was just a tease for it. They're now releasing Secret of the Tomb Raider. They will be releasing that in the fall, in September, and I believe late April they're going to start doing like a full trailer, but they only had a tease for it. And I think this works perfectly with the new Tomb Raider movie that just came out this past weekend. It works so well, and I think when they've remastered Tomb Raider and how they've been able to like put more in-depth stuff into their environments that they have, I really enjoy that, and it immerses me in everything because I've been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider a little bit, and I need to get back into it. Man. But it's an amazing thing. I'm glad it was it's just perfect timing of how they did it.
The reboot, in my opinion, just handled Lara Croft and her story so well. Like I could barely put that down until I completed the game and tried to 100% everything. I mean, in that sense, I didn't really dabble in the multiplayer that was in the first game, which is why I liked the second game more, because it was just strictly single player. When I play something like Tomb Raider or Uncharted, I understand that it's a good series, but I prefer single player with those. Well, when we come back, we discuss how violence in video games has caught the attention of President Trump. Stay with us. P-Play will be right back.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Welcome back. As the world circles around lawmakers to enact new gun control laws, President Trump has voiced himself in this debate, blaming the high amounts of violence in video games. Now, let's take a quick listen on the thoughts from a White House listening session just a few weeks ago.
We have to look at the internet because a lot of bad things are happening to young kids and young minds, and their minds are being formed. And we have to do something about maybe what they're seeing and how they're seeing it, and also video games. I'm hearing more and more people say the level of violence on video games is really shaping young people's thoughts. And then you go the further step, and that's the movies. You see these movies, they're so violent, and yet a kid is able to see the movie if sex isn't involved, but killing is involved, and maybe they have to put a rating system for that. And you get into a whole very complicated, very big deal. But the fact is that you are having movies come out that are so violent with the killing and everything else that maybe that's another thing we're going to have to discuss. And a lot of people are saying it. You have these movies today where you can go and have a child see the movie, and yet it's so violent and so disgusting. So we may have to talk about that also.
On March 8th, President Trump met with video game companies to discuss the thoughts on the correlation between the school shootings and violence in youth. So what do you guys think about this? Does the correlation equal causation?
I don't think it really does. I mean, from what I've been reading, from when I studied this, because when I was looking at it and I got the initial tweet, I was like, wait, what? What is going on right now? I don't understand this. And then I looked a little bit more into it. He actually released a video with a meeting that he had with those companies, like highlighting some of the most gruesome things that they find in video games that you see on a normal basis when we play. I mean, but I honestly don't think it is, because Brandon, you remember on our first episode when we talked about gaming disorder,
Right.
that it was one of those things that gaming kind of controls your life and everything. But I honestly don't think it's just one of those things that you can carry out like violence from these games, and you're like playing GTA 5, like, oh, Trevor's running over everybody in the middle of the sidewalk. Let's go ahead and do that in real life. I'm just going to go over here. So I really don't think so. Franklin?
See, my stance on this, I saw the video that Trump and his team made on this, and I think that there can let me back up. You can make an argument about this. That's fine. That works. But at the same time, video games in some cases can be considered art. I mean, you have games like The Last of Us where it's essentially a movie, but it's a game, and it works so well, but there is violence. You have the Uncharted series. That works in the same argument. We just briefly mentioned Tomb Raider as well. However, it depends on how much you let these kids play. It depends on who you give access to these games.
I believe those people that think that the violence is the direct cause of the video games that these kids are playing. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry.
No, fine.
No, it's okay.
You're
No,
fine.
just skip me.
One thing that I was even thinking about, it's just like, I think it honestly comes back down to what goes down in the home, in the house. Because parents will just straight up, oh, I have to have the most recent Call of Duty thing. I have to have this so that way I can be the cool kid and everything. I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but the giant massacre inside the airport in Modern Warfare 2, that's one of the most controversial.
That's usually where they go to.
Yeah, that's one of the most controversial things ever, and I honestly understand that, but it's still one of those things that's just like, if your parents are giving you the opportunity to play this game, then don't get way too inspired by it to do crazy things like that. Get help.
I remember what I was going to say now.
Okay.
Okay. The people who are saying that it's a direct cause of violence, I don't think those people are the actual consumers, or the actual players of these types of violent games. I think it's definitely the parents' responsibility to know what their child's limits are, and that's why the ESRB is an organization, is to put these ratings on there so the parents are well informed of what they're buying their child or what their child is buying themselves before they even get home.
Absolutely.
But hold on a second, though. To go against that, not you, I've seen examples of people in stores, whenever they want to buy a game for their child, they tell them, you understand that this game is rated M. You would see, they would list off the stuff that's in the game, that's on the back of the box with the rating system, and yet parents would still buy these games for their kids. Why is it that parents still continue to do stuff like this without realizing what they're actually getting their kids into?
I don't know. It could honestly be like, just get the kid off their back. And to be honest, like
I really think the care level is not there in the
Yeah,
parent.
that's really
That's what happens. If you wouldn't let your kid watch an R-rated movie, if you're not comfortable with them watching an R-rated movie yet, do not let them play an M-rated game.
See,
That's flat. There.
On that point, when I was a kid, I was one of those kids who had Modern Warfare 2, And the first time I saw that mission, the one in the airport, I skipped it. But then I waited a couple of months later, and then I played through that just to see what I skipped out on. And I saw what that stuff was. After playing that, I never felt like that was something I had to do.
No.
No. That never.
I didn't know you were allowed to skip a mission.
I thought that was one of those things that you couldn't skip.
No,
though.
it tells you there was no achievement to do anything like this in this mission. You can even skip it.
See, there was one thing in GTA that I remember playing that it was unskippable, and it was part of a mission that you had to do it. It was basically torturing somebody to get information out of them, where you literally were taking jumper cables connected to a battery and putting it on his nipples or something, and just it was gruesome.
You didn't have to do any of that. You had all these options of
what,
tools.
you had the option of mercy?
Yeah, no. You had options of tools. You could do like the least hurtful tools.
Even regardless,
then, that's a bit much.
It's a part of an R-rated movie.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Again, if you would not let your child watch an R-rated movie, don't let them buy an M-rated game.
Please don't.
They can't buy it if they're not over 18.
Oh yeah, you can't. Definitely can't.
It's like any other thing.
No, that's why you just let your parents get in there, and then that's why I've seen examples of this. You have a parent coming in with their child, then the kid won't stop complaining because they want to get the new Call of Duty, or they want BioShock, or they want just some other game that's hot on the market right now. And having that stuff, especially seen by kids at such a young age, can be questionable, and it's a bit much, but
Yeah.
that's...
So yeah, do you guys think that it will go? This goes past into the real life and affecting a child's mental ability and wanting to do stuff like this?
I think for some children it can, but it depends on the child.
Mm-hmm. Depends on the household.
Depends on the household, depends on the parents' attitude towards it. When you buy your child a violent video game, you need the parent needs to be aware of what's in it. Like look on online reviews. They're there. I know my mom uses this thing for my little brother whenever he goes and watches a movie. Before they watch a movie, there's this website of parents that they've already seen the movie. They tell you if there's any sexual references, any bad words, any alcohol references. There's those reviews there's those non-official reviews out there that will tell you a lot more than the ESRB rating.
All right. Well, let's. I think we're only running out of time here, so
Awesome.
we got more script.
When we come back, we look at some of our glitchiest moments in our WTF segment. And don't worry, it's not what you think at all. So stick around. You're watching P-Play.
Parked far, far away from your class? Well, you could walk the whole way, or you could use the P Pickup. It's a free ride around campus for APSU students, faculty, and staff. You can ride the trolley from 7:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. For more information, go to apsu.edu/SGA. A campus and community reminder from the voice of Austin Peay, Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
How will you lead to a better future? Will you lead through life-changing innovations, or will your leadership shine through the quality of your work? Success is defined by the individual. So it's time to think about the person you want to be and where you will learn to lead through excellence. It's time to become a governor at Austin Peay.
Welcome back. In our many years of gaming, there's been plenty of times where the games went crazy on us, or we just thought things were difficult for us. So to end today's episode with a segment we're calling WTF, or What the Fail.
What the fail?
How long were we discussing this on trying to make the name for this segment?
I think we spent 15 to 20 minutes on this, and then we came up with What the Fail.
I know.
And we said, really, how can we get away with this but still make it funny?
I know, and I'm just and I was even trying to write out everything. I'm like, how do I get away with this without getting a rating on the show? So
I'm ready to get into these. We got several screenshots from my Steam account, and I think Ben's got a video.
do you want to start out just showing us some of these screenshots? Okay.
If they will so kindly pop up.
Yeah, we got.
There we go. All right.
All right.
This is from Oblivion, and I went up. This is like laptop graphics. Oh, by the way, these are all from my laptop, before my laptop gave out. But anyway, here is a guard, and I just thought it's not really a fail. It was just funny, and I decided to screenshot it. Like, you know how in Oblivion they zoom up on the characters whenever you talk to him? He was on his horse, and then I clicked on him. What is it, citizen? Speak, citizen. All right.
What's next?
Let's go and skip along. All right. This is water. This is a square of water, and this is what happens when you mod Skyrim way too much. And yeah, this is the gate. This is the gate entrance to Whiterun. Oh, okay.
Now it's just a deer.
Well, okay, we're moving on. This is Oblivion, and I killed a deer, and like the physics are weird in Oblivion. They weren't really tuned out yet. And so this deer is like upside down. It's all
That's just how a deer is when it's dead.
It's all goofy and wrong. We can go ahead and switch.
What you got on the next one?
I think it's Euro Truck Simulator.
Maybe.
If we move on. Oh no,
Or
it's
no,
goats. I have a lot of simulators. This is Goat Simulator.
Of course, Goat Simulator.
I call this one "Where's Harvey Dent?" Because he's like, "Swear to me."
This dude. I don't know if these cameras are on or live right now. But if you look, as soon as you sent me this, I looked at this. I'm like, can I put this on here? Because this dude looks like he's not wearing any
He's
pants.
wearing red khaki pants. I don't know
It
if they're
doesn't
still
look like
khakis.
that. It's like beige paint,
But,
with skin color.
That's the goat's tongue. If you never played Goat Simulator, you can like attach onto things with your tongue. It's really just a weird sandbox game. Go ahead and switch it.
Yeah, if you never played
All right.
it, okay.
This is
explain
Euro
this.
Truck Simulator, and this is a
What games do you play?
This is some road in. I'm a weird guy. All right, this is somewhere in Germany, and this is this curve. Like you're bound to like just turn over if you don't slow down. I didn't slow down, so that's the result. This happened twice. I have another screenshot of this.
You just straight up like turn that thing over.
Yeah.
I want to, before we get into my Red Dead things, I want to apologize real quick about all the sounds you heard in the last segment. Those were from my phone. We're trying to also like monitor a little bit because there are a few storms coming our way. So we just want to make sure everybody's still staying safe. So I haven't heard anything, no rain or anything outside the studio. So I think we're good. So now we're going to jump into some of my Red Dead Redemption clips. I'm going to walk you through each one of these if we can get these going on our magical screen box thing.
There you are.
Well, it's there. There we go. All right, so I was on a bounty hunter mission in tall trees in the forest, and obviously you can't go over the cliff, and I was getting shot at by all these dudes' buddies. And when you're in the middle of the woods, what do you think is out there?
Probably wildlife.
Did you just see? I'm guessing you might have just seen a bear.
Where?
Well, there's a few over there.
Oh.
I didn't notice these.
Okay.
Because like I'm trying to focus on getting everybody else off my table.
What?
So
No one expects the Bear Inquisition.
I initially see the one bear. And I don't know
There's
if that's
another one.
I don't know if that's his buddy.
Is that another bear?
I think
Dead.
so.
Redemption.
And then I die. This one is hilarious.
Okay.
So I'm in Mexico.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get down this mountain. It's a long.
It's like a
long
graveyard.
mountain. And I've already called my horse. You're about to see what's about to happen when I try to get on my horse. Just give it about a second. This is the worst timing, but I thought it was so funny. And
Whoa! Whoa!
I just
Whoa! Did you survive?
The ending result, yes,
survived.
I got up and the horse is dead.
That's great.
This was a really bad glitch when you're in a Mexican standoff shootout, man. And
You have to help this guy.
just watch when I lock on to this one guy. Just go. We got.
Where did he go?
I don't know. We got one more.
Is this another one?
I call this one just suicidal John Marston because he's admiring the nice landscape of Perdido or whatever it is out there, and then it's just like, well, I can walk away, but never mind. I'm just gonna jump off the cliff.
Well, that's just stupid.
Just
That's what everybody
straight
does.
up planted and dead. So I think we're just gonna leave.
No redemption there.
I think this is just our way of saying how we're feeling right now about school.
my
To be
kind of
honest,
It's a Monday.
it's a Monday. We record the show on Monday, and it's just like I think we're all a little out of it. But Franklin, you got a quick story that you want to share real quick?
For me, what is it? About 2 weeks ago during spring break, on console, there was an update for Honor, which was dedicated servers. Dedicated servers essentially means that if someone leaves the game will still run normally, right? I load out the game and I let the update install, and I'm like, all right, great, dedicated servers, let's get this started. I jump into a game, 2 seconds run by, and then the entire match just went to crap. Like, everything left, everybody was gone, and it was just like...
Like, it all disappeared?
Yeah, my screen just said error code, and there was like a list of numbers, essentially dedicated servers.
Not so dedicated.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
No, they just needed another day, apparently. It's like, no, not today. We're not doing this today.
Not today, Satan.
And I was just like,
Dedicated
why?
except on Mondays.
Why? Why? Why would you do me like this
Hey,
game?
the only thing we're dedicated, though, is to being here on this show on Mondays when we shoot.
Absolutely.
And I do appreciate you guys like coming in and helping me with this, because I don't say that enough.
Well, thanks, man.
I really do.
Hey,
I really
enjoy
do. thank you
being
guys.
here.
I know.
I can't help but seeing on the script that you have some kind of announcement going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because I don't know how much time we have left.
I don't
but
either.
You know what? I think it's just still a good time to go ahead and talk about it now.
All right, here we go.
So,
Okay.
if anybody watched on APSU-TV back in the news on March 2nd when you were not here and I had to take over for you, we were just talking about what we were doing for over spring break. So I went ahead and said to people that I had a phone interview with the Walt Disney Company over spring break week. And just Wednesday, when nobody else was here in the lab while I was doing my lab hours and everything, I get an email from the mouse saying, congratulations, I've been offered a spot in the Disney College program.
Here we go, man.
So-
Congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
So, I didn't make it public just on social media because I was like, well, wait a minute. I've got a show on Monday. I want to surprise my crew and my cast. I want to make this a little bit fun, special. So I'm going to be heading down there August 13th. That's going to be my move-in day.
How about that?
I'm going to be doing merchandise.
Great.
Don't know exactly what or where yet, but we're going to be finding that out over the summer. But that's a lot of less stress on my plate now that I was just like worried through the whole thing.
Animal
Same
Kingdom, foam fingers, go.
No.
Merchandise.
Animal Kingdom, if we have time. Animal Kingdom, you go in there smelling great. You come out smelling like some of the
Like a
animals that are there. Exactly.
Animal Kingdom, pooper scooper.
No, I'm not custodial. I'm selling stuff.
Yeah, merchandise.
I
I'm
love the
selling
Magic
stuff.
Kingdom.
Remember that. So where I'm wanting to be, I'm really wanting to be in Hollywood Studios. So
I would too.
It's either Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, or even in one of the resorts. But
Maybe you'll be making that expensive candy in Magic Kingdom, like the custom
part of
bags.
merchandise you're not getting, man.
I love Magic Kingdom.
But yeah, I'm really excited about this, getting the opportunity to go out and do something, because now I've got the opportunity to really expand where I want to be,
Right.
and I want to be in family entertainment when I graduate, which is only in 7 weeks, and I'm so happy about that. It's great. It's
Just
great.
remember where you came from.
Congratulations, man.
Absolutely, and hopefully you guys will still be here next semester, next year. You'll be here for the semester. You'll
Yep.
be here for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Then it'll be your turn. If you think about it, do it. Try to apply, man.
Cool.
It'd be an amazing experience for you to have on your resumes. So definitely do it. So with that, I think this show should be called Game Over.
Game over.
You guys
Game
think
over.
that?
Insert
So-
more coins.
So be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at APSU_TV. And make sure to subscribe to the APSU-TV YouTube channel
Do it.
to
Right
see
now.
to see
Please.
this episode and previous episodes of P-Play, along with the other great shows on APSU-TV.
If you're on YouTube right now, leave a comment. Say, good job, Ben, or like, just talk to us. We want to hear from you. I'll respond. Hey.
We don't hardly hear too much in the comments, so I'd love to hear some things. So, GG everyone, and
GG.
until next time, let's go P.